Hey everyone, it is Gills with the Power Talk here inside of the Aggieville Suite as K-State falls to UCF 80-76 out in Orlando. Cats have now dropped 4 in a row, and it's crazy to think that this was a team that had won 6 straight before this current losing streak. But Kansas State has clearly proved that it is a very streaky team, right? When the arrow is pointed up, Kansas State truly can compete with anybody in America. When the arrow is pointed down, like it is right now, Cats just cannot find a way to win a game. Real quick, drop a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button if you're not doing so already. You know that we appreciate that a lot. Helps us reach more K-Staters, and it really feeds that algorithm. We appreciate that a lot. K-State, I wouldn't say got punched early in this game, but Kansas State absolutely did not have the energy needed from the opening tip. You go down, I think, by 8 points early on. Before the first media timeout, K-State already had 3 turnovers. That's not the way to set the tone and win on the road. K-State before halftime didn't score for the final 4:04 of the first half. And then after the break, to begin the second half, Jerome Tang has to burn a timeout as UCF went on a quick little 6-2 spurt. So, K-State had a chance late. Was it a great chance to win? No, but K-State had life up until the final couple of possessions of this game. But K-State could have easily been up 5-6 points if it just kind of avoids some of those lulls early on, like I said. But K-State was the team that had to kind of punch back. K-State needs to be the team that throws the first punch, sets the tone early, is aggressive, is assertive. That wasn't the case out in Orlando. It wasn't an egregious effort, but you just want to see more fight out of these guys, and that's what's maybe one of the more disappointing things about this game. What's not disappointing, at least in my opinion, my perspective, is Buddy Rich got back on the court. Certainly not something that I was expecting. I don't think anybody expected to see Buddy Rich ever again this season, but out in Orlando, Rich logged, 14 minutes, and Rich was fine. Now, Rich wasn't a superstar. He wasn't an all-conference player, but Buddy Rich was an asset to this team, and that was great to see. I mean, I'm not going to dive into it too much, but it was nice to see K-State at least shake things up a little bit, right? I know Coleman Hawkins wasn't available. You're kind of trying to do whatever you can to give your team a spark, but, why not give Ugo the start? Why not put Buddy Rich in there? Obviously, K-State lost the game, but at this point, you truly have nothing to lose, especially in the regular season when you're not getting an at-large bid. So, wasn't expecting that. I mentioned, Buddy Rich wasn't maybe a difference maker. If there was one guy that you do have to maybe applaud, it's Max Jones. Max Jones maybe wasn't as efficient as you might like. He was only 6 of 17 from the field, but 3 of 7 from three-point range is decent. But without Coleman Hawkins, Kansas State needed somebody to just step up and be that alpha dog in this game. Now, Max Jones, I think, of course, could have been better in terms of his, efficiency. But, 22 points, got to the free throw line. Max Jones back in his home state was good. But bottom line is K-State lost the game. And nobody on this team had more than 4 rebounds, right? Ugo got the start. You need more from him, right? So I don't want to, I mentioned Ugo and Rich. It's not to praise the way they played. It's more just the fact that you shook up the lineup a little bit. From top to bottom, everybody needs to be better, including Max Jones, right? Just, like I keep saying the word efficient. Max Jones wasn't efficient in this game, but he got downhill, he attacked, he put pressure on UCF, and obviously, K-State had that chance late, like I said, but was just unable to come out on top. And, early on, I think this was one I was watching over at Fitz's in the Cats and Dogs studio. I don't have ESPN Plus. I'm cheap. I went over at his house and watched it. And we were talking early on. It was like, yeah, this one, with the way that it started, it's very tough to win games when you start the way that you do out in Orlando. Now, at the end, like I said, K-State made 5 of its last 7 field goals. UCF didn't have a field goal for the final 3:21 in this game. So by that, just looking at that, the execution late was great. If you don't dig yourself a hole early, you win this game. obviously K-State didn't come out with the fight, the energy, the effort that it needed, and that kind of set the stage for a loss out in Orlando. K-State returns home on a Sunday, not Saturday, Sunday, for another Sunday game against Colorado, and what you would think, what you might label as a winnable game inside of Bramwich Coliseum. But the way this team's playing right now, especially without Coleman Hawkins, I don't care if you're playing the worst team in the Big 12. This is not a team that is that you would feel confident placing real money on. So we'll see if K-State can get things turned around. But right now, the Cats are on a losing streak after losing their 4th straight out in Orlando.